This podcast contains mature themes, questionable humor, and explicit language. Listen with discretion. Please take care.
Dialogue over drama?
Let's see what the fuck this puzzle is.
Yeah, what does it look like? Let go of control and see what happens. I think I'm going to have better experiences.
Welcome to Dialogue Over Drama. This is episode 54. This is the final. This is the third. This is the last episode of our little kerbopple.
Separation shenanigans.
Wow, we're separating now?
No.
Wow.
It's our 7-day separation. 52.
You re-edited the last episode and now we're breaking up. Wow, it's so rude.
Yeah.
So rude.
No, 52... 53 and now this episode is all about what it was like to be away from your partner for an extended period of time. 52, we hit on you and your side of it and how you felt. 53 was my side of it, which, you know, as you heard, kind of snowballed into
a weird little conversation.
A weird little fluffernutter.
Yeah.
of a situation. But then in this episode, we kind of recap it because I totally was not grasping on what you were trying to say. I think I finally got your point, and how that came across and how that would have been super insensitive. But we dove in like real deep into, I think, kind of the root of it, where I'm perceiving the level of effort I give into this relationship as less than and unable to see what I do give. And I think that there's an issue that I have with feeling like I need to give to this relationship in a certain way. And it's not what you need, because you're covered in what you need, right, and you want me to cover the things that I do cover and that you need. But to me, I'm like, that's not good enough. And yeah, we kind of get into that.
This is a first. It's going to be episode 54 that it happens, where I don't get super emotional on this podcast. But I was trying to explain where it clicked in my brain, where I think Courtney misunderstood a situation where she was beating the shit out of herself, and what she had done had actually meant so much to me that while I was trying to explain it to her, I ended up tearing up, and I hated the fact. So I'm like, okay,
you can't hear it in your voice. I just saw it in your eyes.
As long as I can keep my voice clear, no one will know the tears are running down my face. But it was just, I got emotional, and it's always good where, you know, we'd gone through what we'd gone through in the last two episodes that you heard, but just kind of the resolve of it. And it's one of those things that it's really exciting to have happen, because it happens to us a lot in our relationship, where we can kind of like go back and forth, beat the shit out of each other, you know, like in a healthy way with like padded gloves, but then come on the other end knowing, okay, I know where my partner stands in more better of a way. There's stuff that I felt insecure that my partner can reconfirm in me. And it's just, that's kind of the goal of what this podcast is. That's kind of what we're trying to do. And
well, and I think because a lot of the time too, we tend to talk to our partner when things aren't fully processed. And right. I feel like in the last episode, I haven't fully articulated like what this trip meant to me. Like I've never, like I said, I've never traveled. There was a lot. It was very overstimulating. I wasn't on my medication that week, which that's a whole other thing too, of like what I expressed to Dan earlier today was I'm noticing, because I took my medication today, that it streamlines my focus such one way that I feel like the medication stops me from really processing and just allowing my thoughts to wander. When I'm unmedicated, and obviously ADHD, everything's bouncing around, I get a wider range of thoughts and ideas that allows me to come to that conclusion. So the medication makes me work like a machine when I've had a thought solidified.
Right.
But I'm starting to realize that unmedicated me actually allows me to process things better. Because I took my medication today, and today's the day we had the conversation about sitting down and what being away from each other has looked like. I haven't really had a chance to fully process it. And so I think I was saying a lot of the things maybe not in the right order, and I was trying to be too strategic with it, that I left out a huge piece of like how it would impact you and where I like missed you and where those things kind of came into play. So yeah, I think that kind of led to a big misunderstanding.
No, 100%.
But in this episode, we clarify all of that, which is kind of nice.
It's very nice. Like in the fact that we can kind of come to that line, because like at no point, like I knew how you really felt, but I'm like, are you not seeing what's coming across?
Well, and I think when you made the analogy of like we go at each other with padded gloves, I think that's kind of what it is especially taking my medication today. I'm only looking at the feelings that I've so far processed in a very like one lane situation where you're like, no, there's 2 lanes here, and there's also like ramps and side streets and like other avenues, and I'm like, no, one route, that's it. And so I tend to get locked into that, and when I'm locked into that, I don't hear the other avenues that you're offering to me.
Right.
So that's kind of challenging, and that's kind of actually made me think a little bit too. And I was actually thinking about this on the plane home, is like, okay, maybe taking breaks from the medication is good when I've had something big happen that I need to just process and allow my thoughts to wander. So yeah, this episode's really raw. I think anyone listening, I would really love to hear at the end, like leave a comment or reach out to us. What part did you like or not like? Did you find like it triggering for yourself in like a argument you've had with somebody? Is there something that like you've learned from it that maybe you'll like converse better with your partner?
Yeah, absolutely.
Very curious to know.
Yeah, 100%. So let's get into part 3 of 3.
Yeah.
For this little Putakana fight.
Mm-hmm. Enjoy.
Ladies and gentlemen, sports fans alike, we are going to be doing the play-by-play of Game 1 of the Danny Dialogues and the Courtney Dramas. Stick around.
Okie Dinah, what a fun time we've been having this conversation. We are both very, very calm, very placid.
I'm like worked up.
It worked up, but in a good way. We're having conversation. We're not arguing. We're not yelling. We're not anything. So
yet.
Not yet. No, I don't want to yell. And we're dialoguing. So here's the problem. We got into the fact that over the last 2 episodes, we were kind of trying to do in a very 30-minute way this conversation where there's this weird thing that I think Courtney's having. So I'm going to explain to you what I've gathered from you, just so this is what I feel your kind of thought is right now. And I want you to just correct me on where I'm wrong. Okay? Let's start off the gate with, like, you don't like paying compliments to me. This is something you admit to. You hate giving me any kind of acknowledgement or credit for anything. You very much struggle with even saying I'm a good person at all. Like, you struggle with it.
I know, but I know you are.
I know, but you struggle with it, okay? So I want to just precursor this with this. I was trying to talk to you and trying to compliment you when you were talking about the experience you had, and you're like, yeah, like it shocked me with my independence that I was able to figure out all of these things, like, you know, because I have common sense. And I just said, well, it's not common sense if you overshadowed the common people around you, because common sense is common. If you're outshining it, you're more than common sense. You got into a huge rage and wouldn't stop going on. And I'm like, okay, fine. Like, we can go on. Let's go on. And you're like, well, I forgot where I am now. So it just became this huge guilt. And then when you wanted to talk about how you felt, I wanted to talk about like I was like, okay. So you started talking about how you spent the whole time just realizing I didn't need you at all. I didn't need you at all. I didn't need you at all. And you went on for a 5-minute rant where I didn't interrupt you at all because you were upset that I had asked you a question trying to explain, no, you have all these elements of how to work a room. And I gave an analogy and you got really mad at my analogy. Like, I was just trying to explain it to you. Like, I don't understand. Like, I think what's going on is you think independence is independence without any help. So any help I'm doing is just help that you've got that you don't need or want anymore.
Any help from you. Yes.
Yeah. Like, it's just like, and it's this independent thing where it's, I don't know, like you want to get to a point where you'd be better off without me.
Okay, hang on. Maybe I don't think I mean independence as I don't need any help from you, because I still feel independent even now before my trip when you do help me, because I am independent. I think I just meant from a safeguard perspective, emotionally, because I'm very emotionally taxing. I think it was more of like, I can't believe that every time I need Dan to emotionally regulate me, because I'll figure it out. I'll always figure it out. But I need you to like be my cushion while I figure it out. And knowing I didn't have my cushion, it was like, ooh, I'm still going to figure it out, but it's going to be hard.
I know. So here's
challenging.
So this is where I'm coming from in where my anger over the last couple episodes is coming from.
Yeah.
I know for a fact what you, or I don't know for a fact. I believe that your ultimate thought is you're like, I love that I'm independent with Dan, that like we're like, he can pick me up, I pick him up. Like we are this thing where like we're a machine, we're this great couple that does what we do, that we're there, that the whole you being independent is a completely separate thing from our relationship in your brain. Where it's just like, I'm this individual over here, but then I'm this individual when I'm in the relationship, but I'm an independent person here. And like because you always have these characters you play. Like you have work Courtney, you have I'm partying at the club Courtney, or you used to anyways. And now they've kind of accumulated into these two weird little identities. And I know that when you never say, I'm happy you're in my life, you, I believe, think that way. Because you don't verbalize it. When you're talking about independence, it's very much, I'm glad that I didn't have to think about you at all. Even when, like, I asked you a simple thing like, well, when did I pop up when you were on vacation? You gave me two shitty examples when all you know, I'm like, did you think about me at all? And then it was later on that you made a comment about emotionally. And I'm like, you didn't think that's what I meant? You said I was wondering if, like, man, I wasn't on the catamaran with you?
Yeah.
But this is what I'm saying to you. Yeah. Like, you know that I'm literally begging for any kind of a, hey, I want you in my life.
You're right.
And you struggle, like, you self-admittedly struggle with it. Yeah. And, like, when I'm trying to point it out, you're just missing the point, which is why we're recording what we are right now instead of wasting it by not recording this fucking fight.
Yeah, no, I guess you're right. Because, like, I don't know, maybe I feel guilty by saying it, but I guess you're right. Physically, like I said, honestly, there wasn't much I thought about you on, because there wasn't much I was doing that I thought you would enjoy. So why would I be like, man, I really wish Dan's on this boat with me, or I wish Dan's physically sitting with sand between his ass cheeks? No, of course not, because I know that's not your kind of real fun. Then from an emotional standpoint, of course.
But it was like pulling teeth to get that from you.
I don't know why. I think I just felt guilt being like, you thought, I don't know why I thought you would think that I need to give examples.
Because it's what you, like,
no, I meant from the physical part. Like, I don't know why my brain jumped to like where it did. And I don't know why I didn't clue into starting with some of the emotional pieces first and sprinkling that in between.
Because you were mad.
And because I was so focused on just all like my physical moments, my physical memories of what I did on the trip. Because I was so just focusing on my independence was from physical things, and then I separated, but it definitely was tied to the emotional, but I for some reason took that piece out, and because that's the piece you're included in, but I took out my story.
And then
you didn't really fit in.
But then even when I gave you the chance right after, when I was like, so the two examples you gave me are one where you knew I wouldn't like it, and the one where you're like, I wish you were there, but shut up. Those are the two things you said when I'm asking, did you think about me?
Well, because I kept thinking about physical things.
I want you to be empathetic for 2 minutes towards me.
Yeah.
I want you to just think about how that's fucking on my ears. Mm-hmm. It's rough.
Mm-hmm. No, you gave me the example of like if it was the other way around. You were so happy that you didn't have to clean up after me or something. You wouldn't say that to me, but yeah, that would be like insulting. But I get it. It's kind of the same thing. You're looking to be like, am I included at all in your thoughts?
And on that path, like just at the end of the last episode we had, when we brought that up, you were like, don't you get mad that you have to do this for your partner?
Well, and I think that's the part that I'm struggling with right now is like, I don't know. I think I'm low-key like struggling with the idea of you just catering to me in the way that you do. And because I feel like the things that I do in which you cater is like a burden to you. And I know you keep saying it's not. Even while I was away, you thought about being like a submissive or waiting for me to just come home so you can serve me.
Yeah, like, in the context of I was like, I just feel like I have nothing to do for someone.
But that's what I mean. Like that's subservient. Like you feel like my happiness, and like we've talked about this before on other podcasts, like you feel like your purpose in life is like lifting me up. So then I'm the one with like a growing career, or I'm the one that does all these projects, and that like you live through my experiences and you just push me along the way. I know that about you. We've talked about it in other episodes. And I think, there's a little bit of that weighing on me, being like...
In what way?
I don't know. Like, I don't think I fully feel comfortable with it. Like, I know it's who you are, but I hold this, like, sense of, is it guilt because I'm holding you back from having your own experiences? Like, I think it's great that you're, like, I get the feeling that you're just, like, if I just sit here in this apartment on this couch for the rest of my life and sprinkle in a little bit of music, which brings me joy, but I know in your words, I get all my joy from making sure Courtney has the best life ever, then, like, I'm good. But then for me, having the best life ever, yes, with you as my cheerleader, but still sitting on this couch in this apartment, not on the trip with me, not doing these things with me.
That's some fucked up mind games you're playing with yourself.
But right now, my brain goes to, like,
yeah, that's crazy.
But that's not fair to you. I'm holding you back.
No. And that's insane because, like, I 100% have never let you hold me back in any way. I do everything I'm doing because I want to do it in my own time. Like,
I know, but that's why I feel like if I had a little bit more of my emotional independence where it was like, I don't feel like I need to have you pick me up and fix me and rely on me and cater to me and make sure everything's done.
Can I give you a devil's advocate on this? I think you think it's too much work to give back what you're getting, that you would rather just receive less so you can just fucking continue to think about yourself.
But the things that I do give to this relationship, though.
No, but I just said to you, like, we just had a whole conversation about the fact that you're like, I can't even be, like, nice to you. I can't even compliment you. I can't say nice things to you.
Oh, because I feel like an absolute shitty partner. So I'm like, why don't you just do less because I'm shit?
Yes.
And then we'll be equal.
That's what I think.
But right now, you're on your hierarchy.
And that's insane to me.
I know.
And I think it's more of an issue that way than it is what you're actually saying. That you're like, I feel guilty that I'm taking away from his life.
No.
But that's crazy because, I do whatever I want to do when I want to do it. And I do it to a fault where I'm like, I'm doing this. You're like, don't go out and help, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, I'm doing this. I'm so busy. I want to edit. I want to do this. Like, helping you through life is 10% of my life. That's it. When I'm sitting, I could be watching TV or uplifting my partner. Yeah. Like, give me, like, when I do my uplifting of you, it's when we're sitting on these couches. I could be watching TV or I could be uplifting my partner. What decision is a proper decision to make in common sense? Uplifting your partner. So, like, this whole I'm taking you away from life and, like, you're pushing me to succeed and, like, this guilt.
I don't know, maybe because
starts to sound like it's like high school, like, breaking up because I'm going to college.
No, I think it's
that's
more
the
of
way
just
it's
like,
coming across.
Yes, I'm a crappy girlfriend. I feel like you give way
that's
more. No, I'm telling you how I feel. I know that's not what you're saying. I'm just saying that I feel like if you were to give less to me, because I feel like I give nothing. I feel like I don't pull my weight. I feel like you cater to me. I don't cater to you. I know we talk about the whole, like, if I've got you covered, you've got me covered. And I know you always give me examples where I have you covered. I love that. Maybe those aren't the qualities in the areas that I want to have you covered, but the areas that I want to cover you in, you're like, I'm good. That's why I'm covering you in those areas. Because, like, I suck in those areas, like being empathetic and lifting the person up, whatever.
Okay. Just hold on one little minute. Okay. I believe this is an issue where it's not it's a you problem. So can I give you an example of what's weighing on your mind?
Yeah.
So when we were leaving today, we're at the bottom of our street and we're just about to turn up the main drag. And you said, so how you feeling? And I said, I'm good. Why? You're like, no, like, how you feeling? And you were like wanting to talk about like what's going on with my mom right now because we were going up to see my mom. I'm fine. I'm like, I just don't want to talk about it. And I know that's a very thing. And I know what your brain says to you is, I give nothing to this relationship. He doesn't even want to talk to me because he doesn't think I'm going to say the right thing. He just, and you started trashing yourself. And that's why you're feeling like shit right now about what you contribute to the relationship. Am I close?
Yeah.
Okay. So what you did today, I wouldn't have been able to get through today without what you did to me today. You genuinely respected that I said that. And then you sat and I was like, hey, I just want to play some music for you for this new music project I have. And you didn't like be like, you didn't anything. You listened. Like, I know you didn't really understand a lot of what I was talking to you about, like different hits and stuff like that. And I didn't go into it in deep because I'm like, Courtney's being so awesome right now. I'm not even going to make sure she understands what I'm saying she's just being there and listening to me talk and just letting me talk about something that's focused this way. You were perfect. I couldn't have told you what to do. I couldn't have worked out for what you to say. How you handled the trip to my mom's today was perfect.
Oh.
There's nothing more you could have done.
I feel like a big old dick now.
No, but what I'm saying to you is it's your brain playing tricks on you thinking, I'm not following this like Instagram, let's have a heart-to-heart thing, because that's not me. Mm-hmm. What you did today was sit back, let me decide what I wanted to do, let me listen to some music, let me talk about something that brings me joy so I don't have to think about it, because in the background I am processing already. Mm-hmm. I don't know what to say because I don't know what conversation I'm going to walk into.
Right.
So I don't like talking about things before I have a conclusive thought. Mm-hmm. And normally what you do in the past is drill different questions at the same thing, being like, I'm not asking you that, I'm asking you this, because you're trying to crack a code. Where I'm like, now I need to think about what I'm thinking about, and Courtney trying to crack a code. Mm-hmm. I'm like, just be. Just let me be.
Let it be. Mm-hmm.
And let me focus on something different. If there's something I'm going to latch onto, hey, here's a song I really like.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm glad I was able to do that for you today.
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
I mean,
and that's why where, like, even in the last couple episodes we've had where we've gone back and forth, I'm like, what is it that's fucking driving this? Like, cause you have this, like, you're beating the shit out of yourself and picking fights. So I fucking come back at you and fight. I couldn't figure out what it was. And I've just realized we had a weird ride today in the conversation and you weren't able to do anything to help.
Well, I feel like I said, you do so much for me and I don't see what I do for you. Even if you tell me, I don't see it, because to me they're not, I don't know, are they not traditional qualities? Are they not things that, like, I feel like social media, societal norms, whatever it feels like I'm supposed to do for you in this relationship that I've convinced myself I'm supposed to do, I don't do.
But why can't you listen to me when I'm like, you give me what I need?
I don't know. And then it was frustrating because it was like, yeah, there is a small degree of feeling like, okay, I don't do enough. He does all these things. And then, I'm a lot of work and I need these things. And like, yeah, I absolutely thought about how much cleaner the place probably was without me there. And I hoped that you were going to tell me some things that you learned or enjoyed about me not being around. And you didn't. And then the one thing that I had that I was excited about, yeah, it comes across so insulting because I'm like, I realize that I don't need you around. And it's like, well, no, that's not really what I'm trying to say. I'm just realizing because I feel like I don't give you enough.
I know that's what you were trying to say. Yeah.
And what I take from you is already so much that me saying I realize I don't need you around for certain things, like I got over it, it was fine, was my way of feeling like I'm giving you something back in yourself because I'm not taking any more energy, because guess what, you don't need to cater to this emotion because I was able to do it without you, rather than, I don't know. I think there needs to be obviously balance. I think there's things that I did learn from this trip that you may, because even with the medication, right, pre-trip, whatever, you knew that with the medication there were things in our relationship that got easier and better, like communicating and me focusing and listening and all that stuff. So I think I was looking at my trip and my independence and the things that I felt during the trip as another positive thing that was going to make this relationship easier, because I'm learning a skill that then is me giving something back to you, which is emotional energy, rest, more spoons, fuck whatever. That I was like, okay, that's my way of kind of contributing back, is like all this growth I've done. And it came across like I didn't need you.
Even if you climbed a ladder and you were like running like a multi-billion-dollar company and you had everything in the world, everything you could possibly want, I'm still going to serve you as much as I'm serving you now. Like, that's what
I know, but I think it comes, and I love that about you, but I think it comes down. But
here's the thing, you don't need to serve someone if that part of their life is being served. If I became super, super, super rich, I could pay someone to cut my hair every day of the week. At the same time, I could still go to a barber once every 2 months. Even when you're at that level, you're still going to serve someone, but you don't need to be there all the time.
Okay, well, maybe that's what I was politely trying to say, is that I feel like I've learned a little bit more about myself in a challenging way, that, of course, I'm still going to need you, but maybe there are some areas in which I'll need you less because I know how to regulate myself. And instead of being like an emotional dumpster fire of a wreck when something happens, maybe there'll be something that you're like, oh, I was expecting her to need me, and I watched her actually handle it with grace.
Okay, so I want you to take just 2 steps out of your brain for 2 seconds. Our whole relationship has been me pretty much serving you and just helping you along the way. But I've always only ever served you or helped you to a point. I've 100% every single time. I'm like, oh, you know what? That hill looks really fucking steep and you don't have the right shoes on. But I really want to take a picture over there. Okay, baby, but that looks steep. Yeah, okay, I'll be fine. And then you fucking wipe out and cut yourself up. I've always let you fucking wipe out and fucking cut yourself up. I've never once, in the whole time I'm there, like you talk about, like, I think you view me being subservient to you as like I wrap this bubble around you and never at any point let you collapse, because I 100% let you collapse because you have to collapse, and then I'm there to just help.
You're there, but I think it's just the picking up the pieces.
Yeah, but that's what a partner does. That's why I'm in a relationship. If you weren't there to help me do the same thing, what the fuck am I in a relationship for?
I guess that's where I feel like I don't come in. But after you just telling me now about the car ride and that being perfect and stuff, okay, then maybe I do pick up the pieces, or I am there.
Well, why haven't you ever believed me when I'm like, you help me pick up pieces, like me, like.
No, I just feel like when I do it, it's very far in between. So.
It's so frustrating that like your brain just says you have to, like, you know how like I was talking earlier, a couple episodes ago, about how like you just think you have this one password that needs to be inputted, and then if you can't find a place to put in that password, it's fucked. It's like you think I need to put in this password somewhere in the relationship when it comes to comforting Dan and picking him up. I just can't figure out how to do it. I'm still going to be nice to him. The nice to him part is the being picking up the pieces. There's not some magical thing where you're going to be like, Dan, let me rub your back and watch you cry emotionally until all of your fears and everything are gone. That's not happening. Like, but that's this big golden gesture you think you need to do, where I'm like, no, you being you is what's great about you.
Okay.
Why can't you wrap your head around that?
I don't know. You know what? My 30s have been hard.
Yeah, fuck you.
Honest to God, no. Like, I've just done so much growing the fucking year and a half of my 30s, and it's just been a lot. And I know it's, all I hear in my head is like you fucking 10 years ago, 12 years ago me, where it was just like, because I'm getting close to the age in which you met me.
Yep.
I go through things in life where like maybe I've peaked them, or you've already had them happen, or I've already had them happen, whatever. But you'll say stuff to me of like, oh yeah, this is like what I went through around that age. Or you get to a point where you start realizing these things. And you're not the only person. I hear it from so many people, but like, this is what you go through in your 20s, and this is what, and I just feel like I'm hitting it like so hard, so quick in so many areas with like, I've got like a clock running out. I got to figure everything out. I got to experience everything. I've experienced more in my 30s, and I'm only 31, than I feel like I have my entire 20s.
Right.
Like in certain milestones in my head that like were my personal goals I wanted to hit. And so like it's very overwhelming, but obviously exciting because like I'm happy that I've done them all.
I think there's a weird thing about the way social media drives into your head, and we should wrap this up here, but I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. That I think that there's a weird thing that's happened in the last little bit that I'm very aware of, that there's this driven thing where it's like, I accomplished this as an independent woman. I accomplished this as an independent woman. Like, there's this weird thing about like you wanting to share like, I accomplished this, and then have like the people around you that helped you to this accomplishment, give them credit where credit's due, like having friends around you, having your partner, having this. It's a very thing that you don't see a lot in the social media scheme. Mm-hmm. So I'm wondering if that plays a lot into the way that you like just naturally think, 'cause you grew up with a phone in your hand with from MySpace on to everything now, right? Mm-hmm. If that's like something where you're like, yeah, I'm here, but like I don't want to give my boyfriend credit for like encouraging me to get here. Mm-hmm. Like you did you. Mm-hmm. Like, it's not that I'm taking away from anything, but just even being like, yeah, I wouldn't be where I
do give you credit all the time.
No, I know you do, but there is a
lot online about like, I did it all myself as a single mother or as an independent woman or a girl boss. Yeah, there's a lot of that shit. I grew up with a lot of that as well. Like, as a millennial, very much a part of that girl boss.
Yeah.
And I'm sick of it.
But I'm wondering if that still plays like a weird subconscious role.
It is so disgustingly deep rooted, and that's the part I hate so much. Like we were at the Brantford Surplus today. I fucking love that store. And there was a mug that said like best boss or like girl boss or so. Oh, fucking hate that shit. Like literally, but it's so rooted in me. Yeah. And I hate it, and I hate all of it, and I think that I have some. This could be another episode too, but on this note, I think where I struggle with this whole like you serving me and like me not giving enough to this relationship is because that girl boss,
simp.
Well, the girl boss in me that's been rooted that I want so far gone.
Yeah.
Like I hate it because if I loved it, then I'd be like, yes, bitch, serve me. Yeah. But I hate that part so much.
I get it.
That I'm like, I'm mad that you serve me. And I feel like I want to grow myself so much more so that you don't have to serve me because that's not your job. Like, that's my job. I'm the woman. I'm the submissive. I want to serve you. Nah. Like, and I know, but there is a lot of that I really struggle with. And I think because, like, I think about us, like, growing as two individual people and as a couple and, like, in life and our goals and our hobbies and blah, 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 and everything else to be happy and, like, all that. I do get very frustrated that it's, like, I just don't feel like I do... I don't know, like enough.
I think that'd be a great episode to have. You know, we should do that in the next couple where like we should talk about the fact that like I talk so much about how I'm subservient and submissive to you.
Yeah.
But at every single point I'm kind of like I pull alpha as soon as at any point someone thinks that they're above me in this relationship. Yeah. It's a weird kind of like I walk this fine line of like I'm so subservient, blah, blah, blah. And like the whole don't confuse my weakness with kindness.
Mm-hmm.
Or sorry, don't confuse my kindness with weakness. That like it flips.
Yep.
So
yeah, no, I literally saw a post the other day. Sorry, just on that note, it had to do with something about submissive women are actually like the most controlling, or it was like some weird like psychological fuck where it was like, or the most controlling women are actually the most submissive to their partner.
Right.
Something like that. I will find the post because that will launch us off to the next episode.
Yeah, we'll get into that. That sounds great.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So if you stuck around, please, thank you. If you're listening to us on any kind of streaming service.
Yeah, I need to know what people are feeling about this like raw arguing, bicker,
the anti-AI.
Basically, we're trying to keep the conversation so in the moment. So
yeah. So
let us know your thoughts.
Yeah, you can find us at
Dialogue Over Drama on TikTok and Instagram. That is DIALOGOVERDRAMA. Yes, we spell it different.
Yeah, it's So
it's the techie version.
Okay. Goodbye.
Bye.
Good night. Love you. Dialogue Over Drama is recorded in Stony Creek, Ontario. Original music provided by Allegories and Jesse James and the Medicine Show. This has been a Dialogue Over Drama production.